If you're looking for a super awesome remote jobs that will train you and pay you really well, then check out this video because I searched for 5 remote companies that are always hiring. Again, they provide the equipment and pay up to $37 per hour, and these jobs will not last long. So let's hop right into it. So first up on our list is going to be the Dropbox. Now you guys have all used Dropbox for storage and for file sharing, that sort of stuff. You are very familiar with it, but what not familiar with is how much these positions pay for a collection analyst. Now I keep saying if you ever worked in collections, you could easily be making $30 to $40 an hour. So in this role, you're basically responsible for business collections of accounts that have basically gone past due now, where you are talking to regular customers like myself to say, hey, when are you want to pay your bills? No, this is a business enterprise position, meaning that you are talking to actual corporations to say, hey, you guys owe us a little bit of money, right? But in this capacity, you are supporting more of a portfolio, and when you reach out to these companies to collect these overdue balances, you are doing it from an account receivable ticketing perspective, which means you're basically sending out tickets or emails and you're saying, hey, this need to be paid. This is just a reminder that you have got an outstanding balance with us. So I love that this is a different perspective in the sense of it's not phone based, where you're talking to people and trying to convince people and like people are hanging up on you. It's not that at all. It's actually a lot less stressful. This is really like low key, like chill, to be honest with you, because you are doing it via tickets and via email, and you are ultimately sending this to different companies, and you may do things like submit a refund or an adjustment, like maybe a company overpaid for something and you are like, hey, we are going to send you that 100,000 back, and you send that via email, right? So again, they are saying that you don't need to have much experience. If you have got 2 years of experience in like billing support, or any type of payment arrangement, customer support, even help desk support, all of that's going to be very relevant. You don't need to have a degree in accounts receivable or anything like that. That's kind of like nice to have, but again, these jobs train you, and this is something that you will easily learn if you have ever done any sort of cash management, cash handling, bill support, payment support, all that of stuff. It's just excellent experience to have now. This is what I love. Now you guys can absolutely, if you want, you can research Salesforce and Oracle Fusion. These are the software that are used in like the world of collections. You can watch a 10-minute YouTube video on this to understand how Salesforce plays. So our role is helping to track whom has an outstanding balance, right? So I have used Salesforce in many of my roles. It is very easy to use, very user friendly. Oracle Fusion as well. So make sure you go in and you apply for this job. You know how much you are worth, right? Because if you work in collections, you're only making $20 an hour. That is a whole new baseball game. So because even if you lived in zone 3, you are going to start off making $63,000 to $86,000. Okay, let's break it down to over $30 an hour, up to $43 per hour for those of you that live in zone 2. Zone 2 is kind of like Austin, Chicago, not the biggest cities, but kind of like those mid-sized metro cities. You're going to start at $71,000 up to $96,000 in just your range. That's if they just bring you as a regular analyst. Some of you are going to be brought in as a senior analyst, but you have to ask for that. If you have ever worked in like collections, like customer support, billing support, or and like you were a team lead or a supervisor, that is where you say, hey, I have got this experience already. I know how to reconcile accounts, I know how to issue payments, issue refunds, This accounts receivable experience or this collection experience. Accounts receivable is a very fancy way of saying collection, so don't let that throw you off. Okay, and then you can also say like, hey, I have been someone that has had to make a payment arrangement before, so I fully understand this process via the customer's perspectives as well. Okay, so make sure you are applying for this. Let's take a look at our next position. So for those of you that have said, I want to do something that's completely entry level friendly, I don't have any experience, I have been out of work for 5 years, so this is going to be the perfect fit for you guys. So Sonoma, okay, it's a company that specializes in home goods. They also own other brands like Pottery, Van, West Lamb. If you have ever shopped at those places, so if you go to their website, you will see that they have got full-time positions in all these different locations, and they have also got part-time position. And if you go over here to where it says all sites, this is going to be for anywhere within the US. And so if you go here, this is for part-time, but again they have got full-time for different locations. You'll see here that they are in the process of hiring. They are wanting people to start in July. Okay, so you got the 40% discount on merchandise. It's paid training from the comfort of your home. They have contests, and there are a lot of internal promotional opportunities as well. I have seen people go from being a customer service representative to a supervisor in less than 2 months. And yes, that does come with a pay increase. So the salary for this is going to be based on your level. So if you are coming in completely entry level, then they are going to start you with that, but of course your salary can increase. They do provide you with 4 weeks of training, and they want you to be there 100% of the time. But again, this is very entry level friendly. If you have never ever worked, or if you have got gaps in your resume, or you just want a part-time summer gig to take, through the next couple of months, this is what is going to be perfect fit for you all. So what do we have next on our list? It's CVS. Now CVS is always hiring. Listen when I tell you, CVS is full of positions. Even if you don't want to do phones, they have got a position for you. Let's take for instance this paper claims processor position right now. So here it says the location is in Phoenix. That was pre-co when people work in the office. Okay, CVS is primarily going to be remote, so if you don't live in Phoenix, it's okay. You should still be applying for the jobs. This is just for people that physically want to go into an office, which I think most of you don't. So again, it is fully remote position, and we have had people all over the US. So we have had people all over the US get hired with CVS regardless of their location. So what the heck does a paper claim processor do? Well, let's look into it. So basically what they do is they receive and monitor the accuracy of claim forms, right, submitted by healthcare providers. So when someone goes to the doctor has to essentially send a form to their insurance company so that they can get paid. And that's basically what you're going to be reviewing. So you are going to look at the claim information and make sure that the patient information and the provider details, all that good stuff is accurate. And we want to make sure that all this has been entered into the system correctly, and we do that to help them determine the eligibility of a claim, to make sure if the claim pays out or if they ultimately deny the claim. That is what you are helping them do when you are checking for the validity of this information, this data that's being input, right. So you might calculate the claim payment based on reimbursement rates or fees with a healthcare provider. Again, this is a no phones job. Now, occasionally you might have to call a healthcare provider if you just couldn't read their handwriting or something like that. But for the most part, this is going to be a data entry job. Okay, you are doing primarily data entry. Okay, so if you have got a little bit of experience in customer service, that's great. A plus would be if you have ever done any sort of data entry, and of course if you have worked as a certified billing and coding specialist It's a preference, but it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement because CVS does train you. I think they provide 8 to 12 weeks of training. And what I think I remember, and the salary range is going to go up to $25 an hour based on your experience, your location, your education, and all those other factors. They do also provide you with a serious health bonus, or sometimes you get a commission or a short-term incentive as well. And this goes on top of your base pay, right? So sometimes that come in the form of a sign-on bonus. It might come in the form of getting a bonus after you have been there for 3 months. Like there are many different bonuses that CVS can ultimately give out. You don't need a medical background to do this because again this is more of a data entry position. That's why it's called a claims processor position. Make sure you apply regardless of your location because again this is a precursor of things when people were going into the office. CVS is fully remote for 99% of their claims and their customers related positions, right? So another company that is always hiring is Progressive. I personally love Progressive because they are pretty much a company that is friendly to moms, people with gaps in their resumes, people that are just completely entry level that want to start kind of like overnight, and they pay well too. So if we go here, you will see that they are hiring nationally, like all states are hiring at this point. And what's great is you can drill down and put that you want to work in a contact center, and also that you are looking for the entry level, which is right here. So that's what I have gone in, and I checked the job level to be entry level, again very beginner friendly. So another company that is hiring right now is Hotel Engine. So Hotel Engine is kind of like a Priceline, travel city hotels com. They basically help you find cheaper rates on hotels, but they work exclusively with businesses, right? So this is a different type of customers, and but they are hiring for a member support associate right now. So you are essentially going to collaborate with members. You might do this via email and via chat to help them manage their reservations. Most of the people that I talk to that work here say they don't really talk on the phones. I have been told that they primarily use email and chat to help people with their hotel reservations. So right now, sometimes they might have to confirm with the hotel that the person's account information matches up, or that their name and credit card information is correct. But it's ultimately about helping people with their hotel reservations. So they just want you to have a positive, energetic personality over the phone and email. Again, most of this is probably going to be email, and if you have got any experience with travel industry, that's going to be a plus. And they are 7 days a week. Now there's a possibility of working nights, weekends, and holidays, but this is something for you to discuss with a recruiter to see what shift they ultimately want you to work, because it says here they are actively hiring for people to work weekends and also to work PM shifts, which are the evening shifts. So this job is going to pay $20 an hour. Again, if you're looking for a specific shift, just talk about it, because they are open 7 days a week, and this is remote throughout the year. So make sure you apply for this as soon as possible. This job will not last long, and nor will the other jobs as well. So make sure that you are applying for these jobs and that you are absolutely interviewing and practicing your interviewing as you go through this job process. I hope this was helpful. If you want more work from home opportunities, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.